What are you hoping Parliament will accomplish in 2021?
I'm hoping this year that the federal government will roll out universal pharmacare. In a minority government situation, in the past, in my lifetime, that's what brought Medicare. Minority government situation brought Medicare. Same situation now. Let's have universal pharmacare.
Well, I guess the leadership in the COVID-19 to continue the way it is, and perhaps helping the provincial governments as far as the homelessness issue is concerned.
And I think the key is if we have a legal drug supply by prescription rather than continuing this formula of incarceration that doesn't work. Even the Vancouver mayor has called for a legal drug supply. If we can get the Chinese-produced fentanyl out of the equation, we stop having 16,000 Canadians die in 4 years and 5,000 in our province alone in the same time frame.
I hope that they deal with the COVID-19 situation in a more sane manner. I think that there's a lot of fear-mongering going on, kind of jumping all over, but even recently, a lot of the politicians were found traveling to lovely Hawaiian spots to drink their pina coladas, while everyone's terrified to go across the street to visit their grandma. So I have a problem with that. So I'm hoping that they deal with the COVID situation better.
We need factories. We need the government to get out of the way and make sure that we develop hemp industry, copper industry. We produce food because we should eat the food that grows in this country is big enough to grow chicken and pig and milk. And that's what I wish any and every government would do. None of them does.
I'm hoping that they are going to get really consistent and really upfront with the provinces, and let's get some proper testing at all the airports, and let's get really clear on what works and where it's worked in Canada, and follow like Bonnie Henry or whoever's got something really good going. Let's get Canadian about it. Let's stop, and let's put the science first, and that's what I'm hoping as of number one.
There's a number of issues, but I guess the main one is the cost for the COVID and stuff. As far as we've got to pay for it eventually, so it's there's got to be a give and take to come with it.
I hope to get the vaccine on time. I hope we can get this economy going, and I hope that everybody will support what's going on. It's very important.
This has never been tried anywhere. 39 million people in Canada, maybe. Vaccinating them all. This is a huge undertaking.
And maybe it'd be nice to have our own vaccines produced in our own country. Because we don't, I'm not saying we should be nationalistic or anything like that, but I think there are certain things that help our whole country that are necessary. With cooperation, we have to do some things for ourselves, and vaccines are one.
I don't give it any thought. I let them do their thing. They're a minority government. They probably just want to survive. What do I expect them to do? Try to survive?
Try and beat down the debt. I think the government handed out way too much money. I even talked to my mother about the $300 she got. And she said, why did they send it to me? I don't need it. Nothing against seniors at all, but they were the least impacted financially by COVID.
Well, I guess I'm hoping Parliament will continue to support vaccine rollouts across Canada, continue to support stimulus, kind of keep the economy going.
I don't really see much anyways. I'm a hard worker, so I just work as much as I can to support my family, and I don't really see much change as the government does. You can be liberal, you can be conservative. I don't see it. I just work every day and go to work, so I'm grateful to be proud Canadian, and I think that's all you should ask for. I don't need anything asked for the government to do. They'll do what they want anyway, so I just keep moving forward, working, and that's it. Like I don't really need much for the government to ask for them. So
I mean, I think they're doing a pretty good job, but I hope they keep it together and just try to get those vaccines going, because we don't produce them, so we have to get them from somewhere. So hopefully we, I don't know, work on our pharmatech industry so we can actually get something for the next time something bad happens, instead of just waiting for the world to kind of get something going and then buying it, you know what I mean?
Probably getting the economy kind of working out a bit better again, but probably more in line with getting the provinces working together a bit better. Because right now I think that's where the biggest problem is. The provinces aren't really cooperating too closely, or at least they don't really have everything together in the same way. Like Quebec being completely closed down makes things harder in Ottawa because everyone floods to Ottawa to do stuff anyways. So getting that kind of wrapped together, the environment definitely always an important piece as well. But I think right now getting us kind of tackling the whole global situation right now will probably be the biggest priority this year.
Wow, get us through the pandemic with everyone, most people safe and hopefully not too broke.